So my idea was I wanted to do a tribute to Daniel. So I wanted to play his openings. So against d4 I was gonna play as a King's Indian. Yeah, okay. So it's anyway over. Yeah, against e4 it would have been a little bit more difficult, but I was probably gonna play a Kalashnikov, since the last years I played that quite regularly. But yeah. Although of course his main opening was the Najdorf, but that's yeah. Like I have no idea which kind of lines he plays, and that would was way too tricky to do in just short notice. But yeah, here, yeah, of course, I don't think he ever played this line, but yeah, it was anyway too short to do it against every line. So let's try to play in his memory. I guess this kind of sharp stuff is still well into like his kind of territory. Before this afternoon I had checked a little bit, like I'd done a little bit prep, not that much, and it was not that much relevant lines I could check, but I found one game, maybe it was in this exact line, and here, yeah, his opponent took on d5, which is bad here. Then this typical sec works. Well, like if you can also get this exact position, but without the inclusion of d4 and the capture, and then you take on the on d5. But in this case, we play knight a5. It's I didn't look, since yeah, it was only a blitz game or something, so I didn't look at it deeper. But normally I should still be remembering this decently. They are playing fast, so that's of course a little bit tricky. Like how was this again? Since maybe bishop e7 or bishop d6. Not sure. Like I know there's some stuff I take and then I take here. And since there's also some b4 here, so need to let's settle down for a second. It looks like they are prepared here, and yeah, since there are some lines where I sacrifice this knight on a5, so it will get very sharp, but normally it's completely fine for black, but without I of course need to find the right move order, or I could just be in a hopeless position. Like how does this work again? Could be that it's just bishop e. So let's see here. I think here to protect here already, but there is like this b4. Or do I play h6 first? Problem is, like, I'm thinking about some e4, but I don't understand what then wrong is with taking on d4. Like a6 here. Then I just lose the knight for nothing, right? Don't believe it's that. Maybe bishop e6, e7, so I'm pressuring this knight, sort of. Make some sense. And I know there are some lines where I then take on d5. So probably it should be bishop e7. Yeah, we will see. Anyway, should be. Could be also that it was a6. I really don't remember. They are taking time. That's kind of scary. Okay, they take. Shoom, I can't do really anything else than taking with the knight, right? If I take here, that's just a free piece. But then, yeah, maybe they need to still do something about their knight. Although, is it really hanging? Okay, they castle. It's not really hanging, I guess, since in the end my knight is also hanging. Oh. So let's say I castle, then they need to move the knight. You can't keep this knight here too long. I have said this like already multiple times on stream. I need to check if my opponent is a fast player or not, and I never do it. Like also some b5 and rook b8, sort of interesting. I think I will castle. Okay, so now I guess b4 doesn't make any sense yet. But probably next move b4 will make sense. And I'm not really in the spot to do anything about it. So I feel I misplayed this, but yeah, that's life. This queen is also very short of squares. Maybe I should have done something with that. Like after a6, b5. Oh no, I guess it can go back in that direction, of course. Maybe the a6 was the move. Although then just b4 and... So after, let's say they go back, knight f3, a6, b4. Yeah, that just... Oh no, I have this square. So b4... So that's not really a threat here, b4. Okay. That's at least good. Then... It's also like, yeah, this pawn is hanging, but not really in this position, since they can't of course take it, and then I just have a free knight here. That's... And I think it's knight c5 a threat here. Let's say they make a slow move. Not that many reasonable slow moves, but something like with the rook. Knight c5. They need to go back with the queen. Probably all the way to d1. Since don't think they want to run into d3 temples. And then I can take, but then they have also b4. Still. Yeah, this is... I guess with Daniel would be happy with this kind of sharp position. Although I need to be like, I think they are also their dynamic positions were based on a lot of like principled Russian Russian chess schools. So this is maybe too wacky. At least this time I know I checked my mic. Okay. So very logical move, of course. Okay. So maybe like d3 move here. So like I said, b4 is not a6. So now this pawn is hanging. It's not, it's hard to see how I defend it. I can with knight u5, they go back. I need to consider knight u5. And then take here. And then there's this b4. Attacking both my knights. I think. And after d 3, maybe they play just queen. Oh no, then I have knight c5. I don't know. Then again, both my knights are hanging. Then I can also play e4, protect my, and then maybe. Well, this is also after there are some ideas with like. No, that doesn't. The rook isn't really trapped there. That is very concrete. Like b5, does that do enough? Not really, I think. Don't want to give this pawn away. Don't think I want to take here either. It feels wrong. Then this pawn is just a big strength. So let's calculate this one. Can't really take here, right? Take b4. Let's go for this. Feels. I'm not sure what this feels like, but no. Let's say no. I guess at least I'm increasing also the pressure against their queen in a way after rook d1. Or is it like e4 here? Does that make sense? No. No, I'm not sure. At least if I now lose a pawn, this knight is still not his natural square. So now they have also c4. Follow up. Is it later time to also include my f-pawn? So next moves I want to make. Maybe rook c1, rook c8. After rook d1, I think I want to play f5. That looks very good. I can't take because of e4. And now the queen is basically out of squares. Which is kind of amazing. So I don't think rook d1 is a good move. What are other candidate moves for them? Queen d1, I think it's a candidate move. But at least now there's no pressure against my knight. No, but after queen d1, still I could go with and some maybe I don't also really need up. But yeah, the advantage of f5 over knight f6 is that I keep control over h4, so the queen can go there. I guess a move like rook d1, that's for sure something to consider, but after, let's say, queen d1, maybe then I just want to play it more simply with knight f6. Just gobble. Although after knight f6, this pawn is hanging, which is not the nicest thing. Like, is knight e1 ever an option? Kind of looks crazy. Since, yeah, it even sets them further back in development. But the Berlin endgame is in chat. Oh yeah, and following the Lichess game. This is not really a Berlin endgame. See a lot of teammates with B-Pack, Alexstar, Intertemporal. And then a couple other familiar faces. Not sure. I haven't checked the opposing team in depth, and so I don't know if Quirk or Nicker are rooting for Alexander. Or Berlin endgame, of course. No, that's not really possible. They don't have a classical rating. So interesting that they are here. Okay, let's keep focus. Candidate moves of them. I don't think they can go for something slow. Like, if I, for example, can get in these two moves, and then feels I'm just gonna. Although they could also start just bulldozing these pawns forward. So I need to be aware of that. But yeah, this, if I can keep this 5 against 3, like that gives it's clear that I need to start some in the a little bit longer terms. You need to start an attack against the king. For now, it's more important. The position is more about concrete, like yeah, they need to get their pieces out. I need to make sure I don't lose any pieces. Also, like, can we keep our pawns? Like, that's more relevant at the moment. Oh wow, I sort of blundered here something. Oh no, man, that works. I think originally after queen e4 my idea was knight e5, but after queen e4 of course I play f5, and they can take here because I have e4. And that, yeah, they will lose a lot of time. That's probably very good for me. So yeah, this d3, that's really heightened, like, the put a pressure on their position. Like, it really cuts like this could really cut their position in two. Like also with like e4, I can already like kick away the most important defender of the king. Like my pieces easily can join. Like after a5 I have also rook left and stuff, so they need to find something very concrete. 92 feels kinda slow. Like what's the follow-up? I guess the threat is b4. So there's at least a concretely something. So it's shown I play rook c8. At least give my knight back a square. I think that makes the most sense. That looks. And let's also like look at some concrete stuff, but for example f5, b4, e4. Probably not enough. Don't think I want to rush with f5. Like, for now, it's all okay on this diagonal, but like it weakens my king too, so. And for now, it's not really running away. Also, yeah, there. And these pieces are really bottled up right now. I think here my rook is clearly better here. It's already fighting against this pawn push, which is clearly undermined at some point. Okay. Guess, but yeah, that would be. They could go for some pawn gapping here with b4, knight c4, take, and then take here, but I can't believe in that. That looks extremely greedy. Surely with their king, queen. Basically put. Maybe there's even some like slow motion. Oh no. The pawn is on b4. I don't have knight e5. But still, like, there could be slow motion just trapping their queen stuff. It looks completely suicidal to me. But I for sure didn't like appreciate. At least I should have checked it a bit. I have Cinema Show is also now in chat. I was considering them for my fantasy team, but I went another way. But yeah, probably after. So let's say let's say this line, even something like e4 knight here, then they probably need to capture here, since they can't. Yeah, if they just can capture here, then they have nothing. But I guess, yeah, from here the queen maybe and sort of get back into the game. And maybe just queen c7. That looks good. Threatening bishop c5 even. So no, again, I always forget that. But yeah, also what I'm saying, even like also these pawns are just hanging, so that's already that too. Just capping on c3 is probably quite soon a threat there. Just so I'm not afraid of v4. What are other candidates? 94, they are really asking for f5, which I think I will play in that. Although, maybe I don't play it. Or at least maybe I start with h6 if I want to play f5, but probably then I won't, maybe, since let's say 94 f5, they have 95, and then this a knight will land on e6, which is of course something I don't want. That's a big reason to not rush with f5. Of course, like if I now would have played f5, the knight, it's really difficult to get here. Like the only other it needs to go either via g5, which I would control nicely after. Although, not really. So no. I think after 94, probably want to some h6 if I don't need to do something quicker. I don't see the action. I think that's a nice preparatory move. Giving my queen a square, a king a square, preparing for f5. Stopping all these pieces that are sort of looking at the square. Okay. Of course, a logical move. So how do I defend against this? Ah, that's nice. Seems like not natural moves. Then 94 comes with a tempo. So, okay. Like f6 is kinda ugh. Maybe rook e8. That's leaves my f7 pawn a little bit weaker, but I don't see a direct way how they can use it. Since yeah. And I think if they take with the knight, then yeah, there is some pin going on here. Although they can just also go back and then defends that. But can I like rook e8, 95? Like it feels that there should be some tactic there. Not seeing it yet. Maybe they can just grab it. It would be right here. Which discovery do I have with my bishop? You know, there's some very fancy ones, but I don't think they work. Although, so here, let's say here, take knight here. Maybe I just play queen c7. The problem is then, no, I guess my queen is not yet overworked. But my queen is no longer then have less defense of g5, which is a little bit of pity, but yeah. I also control c4 more, so that's good. So if after queen c4, now b4, take here. Does that change something big? Also, I can maybe rook e8. Oh no, I see something. No, f94 defending. Since yeah, with this rook move, this pawn is also weaker. So let's say rook e8, take bishop c5 here, and take now. If I then can like attack it again, and I have some good attacking moves. The problem is they have 94, which attacks like my bishop and defends the square, so it doesn't really work. Could move the good like try to take here, but don't think that's enough. No, I think I need to defend the pawn. I have no 95 e4 doesn't work. That's not defended enough. I assume I go here. Need to make sure d6 is never working, but I don't see it. Can go 94 and that, but yeah, still d6 is not. Then d6 is working. Since in the end my knight will be hanging. So 94 could be like a semi-threat. Okay. So no. I was thinking knight e5 and taking now here to reconsider, but now there's my knight is no longer defending e5, so and yeah, still the b4 stuff, but like there are some and I could consider sacking that knight, but I think I will keep it a little bit sane for now. But knight e4, I at least need to have a reply for knight e4. What am I gonna do against that? At least after 94, there's less pressure on e5, so that's good. But oh yeah, I guess after knight e4, I just have knight e4. Okay, that's more than good enough. Like again, I'm really not afraid of like giving up the a7 pawn. I think that's a sacrifice I happily make. Yeah. Can they switch up the move further? Don't think so. But I think after, if they just do d6 and then knight e4, I can play knight e6 even. Yeah, and that's no, so that doesn't make any sense. The only thing, they can go knight e4, knight c4, and then they can put something here, but also, since I don't have played f5 yet, now it's way less scary any knight e5, but I can just play a6 and kick it away. Don't think that any sacrifices for sure, but my rook still on f8 will ever work. See, another teammate showed up. Totter? Guess T is his first name and Totter is his second name. Is it all the way to the top? Okay. Maybe I'm gonna do something a little bit sneaky. I think I should, if I just go to the team page, I shouldn't see anything which I... Whoa! Already 4 games are playing. Didn't realize that. Because is the first game still going on? 5 games even. Whoa. So that's my game. I was looking the Transo game since he is streaming too. That seems like it's a Rosalimo. No, it's probably it looks a lot like, no, the pawn is not even on e4, but it's how is it called? Like b3 on move 1. Okay, they go for it. I guess I don't have much choice. Oh wow, of course. Yeah, but still. Yeah. Yeah, sort of. Oh no, there's a blunder. Oh no, what I do? My knight is also hanging. Damn it. Okay. So then I need to do a fancy stuff. There is fancy stuff in the position, but that's stupid that I blundered this. Question is, what's the best fancy stuff? No. This is yeah, I was never afraid of b4 since I play here. The problem is, of course, now my knight is hanging. No, can't. I don't have in between moves. Okay. And also my e5 pawn will fall, which is a pity. So silly. Guess I can go e4, but knight e4. Yeah, maybe e4. No, but yes. So e4. They can't like. Oh no, I guess e4 they can take here. And then after this they have rook here. That's. No, after e4 take knight c5. And then I take there. That should be. I think that's okay for me. It's just very sharp, but I'm not down a piece, and that's okay. So e4, and if they take, so what's like the main candidate for them after e4 is taking here, but then no, taking with the queen, that is possible. Since then again my bishop is hanging, and kinda want to do knight b6. Take here, and then take here. Take the rook. Also this, well, there's a lot of stuff hanging then. Such a shame. The game is for sure not over, but made it myself very difficult. Like, probably I'm in a lot of trouble. How do I sacrifice the best way a piece? Knight b6 is very tempting. So think probably they need to e4 here, b6, Queen. I guess the queen has not that many great squares. Although he attack this, I think then I have knight b8 and I can take. So that's not. But the queen has b5, a4 and a3. Yeah, maybe I do it like that. Let's say the queen is completely out of Narnia. After e4. And then I play can take here. Wow. Oh. I think I want to keep some pieces, so e4 take b6. I think I play f5 and just say blah. Just a piece sacrifice. This is hanging. No c4 then. I guess it's let's hold down and see if I have any. So knight b6 is then, but yeah, then I can take here. They could go for like taking here and then this and leave this. No, they can't do that since this bishop is also hanging. Although they have bishop e3 since the rook is defended by the knight. So many options. To complicate this. So knight b6 here. Take. Let's say they play bishop e3. I feel knight b6 now. I want my pieces to go in that direction. Right. To create any counterplay. I think I need to go for e4. No, let's make first sure there's not some way to save my piece. That would be amazing. Not likely, but let's double check. I don't see it. I think I do it like this. So here b6. Here, what was that? Now, yeah, okay, now I lose a pawn, but I think I have good compensation. And on that line. And if they go with a rook, Then I think if knight f6. That was the idea. So then my no, again that's like one pawn probably. So they can just win this pawn. Probably have a good position, but this is very loose, this structure. So let's hope I can then win at least one pawn back. And they are also still somewhat behind in development. So what should I have done instead? And maybe the position wasn't not that great yet. Like feels f6. It feel I guess maybe bishop d6 and up 95 just go back here, but then they are coming in over here. I guess after bishop g5 then I can just play f6. Yeah, probably maybe bishop d6 was an improvement. Yeah, it was so sure, so it's now I'll just lose a piece. I got a complex position, but I think it's still a piece. Don't believe I have like some full compensation or anything here. It's for sure not like a piece sacrifice. This is just a piece blunder. Although, like I said, there are lines where you sacrifice this, but there are theoretical lines where that's the case. So maybe, but yeah, I don't believe in it. It's not always there. So, are there other candidate moves for them? Except the moves I suggested already. Can they move this knight? I think yeah, if they just probably just have great compensation. And even like to here and just take here. They can only take so much pieces. So. Like everything is hanging off me after 94 taking here. That would be that would be a completely crazy position. This knight is hanging, this knight is hanging, this knight is hanging, and this rook is hanging. But I think, and yeah, after they take this knight and this bishop is also hanging, everything loses then. But that seems so yeah, and the knight has no other squares, so don't think a knight move is an option. But yeah, anyway, I'm not really attacking the knight since his bishop is attacked. Although, let's say if they just make a nothing move, right? Like bishop b2. Then, no, it doesn't work. Like I could sacrifice this bishop and then take here. But then in the end, still this knight is hanging. So that's probably not working. So after a move like rook b1. Then at least something like knight c4, I think. Take here. I first kick the. Although I kick the queen, and then I take here. And I'm also defending this bishop. Although this here, now they could take here. But that's again like feels risky with all these weaknesses here. And also I can just grab directly this pawn back. So that's probably not great. I think they probably need to go for. Although I guess why? What was my plan against taking here? Yeah, then I have knight c5 and take here. Yes, knight c5 and take here. And then of course a mess and maybe a pawn down or something, but like this is at least very interesting. I'm going quickly to the bathroom and be right back. Maybe. I think I'm not sure how many people there are in chat, but I have like it could be a nice idea to like tell your favorite Daniel story, like did you something you watched in a stream or like how anything really, and you can tell, or like how you discover. Maybe for example for me the way I discovered chess was via Chess Network, but I could imagine that some people the same way have it with his YouTube. So yeah. Okay. I'm really not focused enough for such a mess. Oh, I named them and they ran away. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. They felt seen. Don't think like. And the only thing is I can go deeper in lines and I should do that. But I don't really. Let's just pick one and make some moves on with arrows. So here already I really don't know where I would put the queen, as I only know a6 not, since then I have knight b8 defending my bishop and going back, but which of these is the best I really don't know. I could also see them being scared, like stuff like f5, knight here, like queen is here. This knight will, like, for now I can't take it. Oh yeah, I can take it, but then at least maybe next I would just play rook a8. No. I think I want to protect this pawn. So of course with the inclusion that I lost my knight here, but I think, yeah, and after f5 I also have maybe some rook lifts. Like this. Like I don't really believe that this is correct. This piece sacrifice slash blunder. But there is really some game left. Like having and these pawns here and their queen in Siberia and still not fully developed. Like also like his bishop is blocked. Like so I guess they can go like here back there. But yeah, also they can pack their king side. That's very reasonable. But also, yeah, there's at least in some lines, I can here gap here. At least get some pawns. Like, let's say I can't really create an attack, but I win 2 pawns for this piece and keep these 2 pawns. Like, how close to full compensation would that be? Probably pretty close, I assume. Although, yeah, it depends which pawns I take. Like, if they can get some dangerous boss pawns themselves. For example, at some point getting c4, and these pawns also, of course, can get quite menacing. But yeah, I think next moves f5, knight f6, knight g4. Yeah, tough decision for them. A lot of tempting options. Probably all good, but what's the best one? Not easy. Not at all easy. Like multiple options that are probably, well, let's assume somewhere between +1, +2. Maybe one is like all have some counterplay, but is it enough? Oh, I don't think it is. It's not. I didn't do this because I thought this is so great for black. No, I didn't even do it for the excitement. That would be lying. Guess this game could get like watch partied. Should be. I assume this should be. Maybe it's also. No, I don't think it will be quick over. Okay, they go for this one. Which is. Ah, yes. They can maybe keep the rook on this file. That's. And then I don't have knight here. Yeah, that's could be a nice idea. Although I'm not sure about that. Oh no, of course, that's still really not working. My idea was that I have knight f6 and then, but I still can't, like, now my knight is no longer hanging, but now my bishop is hanging. Ugh. But still, I think I want knight f6, right? And then I will see what I do. I have, although, can't I not? What do they, let's say, if they go back, guess they can win 2 pieces for, no, probably not. Like, I attack this rook, and if they, I'm not sure about it. One. Didn't calculate his good, but oh no, after taking here, they just play rook b1. Now my knight and my bishop is hanging. Maybe just 95 then? Or do I still include queen takes c3? That's an interesting. So here, knight b, rook b1 take. And they can take this knight in 2 ways. Or do I want to capture here with my knight? Maybe I do. Okay. Like this. This doesn't feel correct to me. Even. Too many options. Get this, have this. Oh man. What? I'm not awake enough for this kind of exciting game. Like this is a tempo on rook. They can of course take here. That's no, that doesn't work, right? So then I next take the bishop too. So here. Is there anything they have? I think they need to play rook b1. Say I take. Yeah, was then also looking at sacrificing on c1, but they have knight e1 in the end. Probably keeping it together. Like the most exciting move is taking here with the knight. Saying I don't need your material. Yeah, it's probably not good. Take. Oh, what if I just make a difference which move order? This doesn't work right now. I can take here. Think yes. So I think it makes sense to first take here. Since after this they could take with a knight. Maybe that's something they missed. I think this doesn't work since I also take the bishop. And then what's the material and then I'm just an exchange up, right? Okay, I need to, of course, to check in between moves here. A lot of possible in between moves, but maybe not that many great ones. Like they can do knight b3, but it's not that that's, and then at least also take this rook and I have at least not even that much material down. I think this is. Did it maybe a bit fast, but like it's like which don't really see like the only move that they cannot defend this rook, but something like this. They can move it, or yeah, they can do this, but that doesn't do anything. Bishop b2. Yeah, it almost does, but again, I have this check. Okay. Nice that I don't blitz out this. Maybe they didn't consider this enough. I think they have some real back rank problems too. So here. Now I take the exchange, right? Where I change the... Okay, they go for this one. That's... feels a little bit off. Guess it's since the rook stays like stuck in the corner. Also, no. Almost. Oh no. What does it? Maybe I have something brilliant here. Yeah, brilliant. It's not that brilliant, but since it's fourth line. But I... Okay, so I need to make sure the move order. I think the move order is taking here. Queen takes. Take this rook. Knight takes. Check. Knight here. Now I just attack this, and I think in the end I will be material up. Yeah, and again there's a backhand issues. Also, like since yeah, I also can use the D pawn. So, but I guess they can. No, they can't bishop here. I just take it. Can they attack my queen somehow? I feel this just works. Yeah. Time to... I guess it's too late to watch party. Maybe someone already did it, but here, yes. I think it works, right? Don't see what's the... Guess you can take here. But then I'm not even... What's on the material balance? And then like... I have 2 rooks against 3 pieces. But I can then win back... Give 1 back for 2 pieces, so then I'm just an exchange up in the end. And I have this master pawn and... yeah. So I think that's also just wins. Can take my time here, since the lines I'm looking at are completely over, so let's double check some stuff. Yeah, I think at least here. I can double check again after I capture. Did they already realize a mistake? And now I did because of... No, they... anyway, they need to... I think they needed to take anyway, but... so, queen takes. Quite forcing. They need to capture something, right? Since otherwise I'm just 2 exchanges up. And I'm also threatening this bishop, so... yeah, let's start with this one. Take here. Take 91, like only real move. Yeah, let's. I'm counting right. Yeah, and then I'm just a full exchange up. Maybe it's not, but yeah, with no hooks left for them, it should be. And this pawn not going too dangerous, should be easy enough. So here, this is knight here, and then like I'm not even sure which is best, bishop b4 or d2. I think they both work. No, bishop b4 doesn't work, of course. Since if they capture, then they are still defending there. But t2 works, I think. Yeah. Yeah, d2 just works. Yeah, so yeah. So originally that was my main idea, but that doesn't work. Okay, let's make sure. It's pretty forcing, all right. Oh, knight c2 here back. Oh shit. Oh no. But I still. But yeah, I can promote. I don't need to. Oh, that's cool. And of course, I don't need to promote here. I can here, and then I have a queen. And then again, I'm two. Since they can capture here, but then I'm again 2 exchanges up. Okay, so I missed that one, but I'm sorry. Don't know if you someone has some trouble with some doors. Okay, so that's yeah, the other line I was saying here, but I think then I just take here, and that's easy enough. Then I'm just material up. I of course I need. Yeah, since again, this pawn also still in the board, so I think it's just completely working. I think I can't remember like me having like okay a queen sack where then you do directly mate. Probably I done that, but it's of course it's not super deep, but at least like it's only like move or 4 or 5 later. I went back all the material with interest, and yeah, I'm still like a little bit. I'm sure that I didn't blunder anything. But I'm pretty sure it just works. Oh, something I didn't consider, but I don't believe it works. It's like 925 here, but it's just not working. Like, yeah, I take here and then take that, and so guess yeah. Maybe the best is keeping the queens on and playing with 2 exchanges down. I think that's probably practically best. But also, I think this pawn also remains on the board. What they resign. I guess it's also poetic to resign in this position. And it's really, yeah, I'm like 95% certain my it was just a blunder, but because of that I won way faster. I would never would have won so fast without the blunder. And I guess this is a very strong early candidate of Game of the Month. So I guess well, there was not many people here in Twitch. That's like a bummer. Yeah, there are some people here, but like I have it's one of my most exciting endings. It's one of my most. And thanks, Geiter. Yeah, oh, it was completely gone. Queen c7. And e4 wasn't even not. But yeah, I guess it's practical. And then, yeah, they're completely. But I already guessed in this position, I'm already. Like, although it's still +1. Yeah, I practically. The game is completely back on. So. Oh, b6 was a move. Just giving away this pawn. That's all. Yeah, this line is probably need to check it a bit deeper. Although I guess knowing some stuff is already like very good here. So take. So yeah, what I was thinking for. I guess yeah, this rook takes c4 is even best than this. Do we have some? Oh whoa! Here queen takes c3 just works. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Now the queen is no longer attacking here. Rook b1. Now I can take here, here. And here now again the same backrank issues. Although it's not. Well, this and d2 of course. Nice. Yeah, I'm not sure if I would have realized this. I think I would have played b6, which is also not like the end of the world, but indeed this was around the evaluation I expected, and I thought, yeah, there's a position. But this was better, but I needed to take here. Wow, that's this. I guess, yeah, now it's a cleaner way to win, since now I can't, like, I can take on c3, but not with the queen, so it's way less powerful. And here they have just 2 pieces, and I guess I win a pawn back, but I can't even choose which one. Like, I would have guessed here that black is better, but white is better, but it's surprising that the evolution is that big. And is it the only like really winning move? No, OK1 is still like just fire winning. And what was I gonna do here? Not sure anymore. Was I gonna take here? And now there's these 2 pieces hanging, right? I think I was just gonna give this, probably move my bishop or no, I think maybe 95 was maybe the plan. Now they need to take here and yeah, I thought here. Okay, position. Of course, yeah, like it's completely lost, but the display in the game. Let's see what people are thinking. Go Tom, go Tom. Pets go lol. What pets? There's someone yeah, of course. I think taking no, like I think since I know quite decent what to do after taking the gambit, maybe it's better, but I feel like these positions, so I play against these positions and against Alapin, and I feel yeah, it's more relevant to train them, but I'm not sure. I keep it also just more compact, so that's the main reason I play this too. And I feel also like there are some like I get it more to my territory. Oh, well, yeah, you're correct. I sometimes do that, like I scroll down and then the top of the board is gone. Knight c5 being most correct. That would be crazy. Like knight c5, double hanging, like completely hanging on b4. I'm curious. Yeah, what was the move here after? Yeah, rook c8 was already not a move. Although, yeah, I guess. Yeah, f5. And now here's taking, that felt so off. Since it's not even, I'm not just a pawn up. Like, it just... Okay, I have my... I guess it's kind of interesting too. Rook c8 felt logical, and here I just... Yeah, I said bishop d6, right? And after knight e4, guess just bishop e8. Yeah, bishop d6. But yeah, I completely was blindsided by this.